Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris. Let's talk some mountain weather here this afternoon. Update first thing, the bullet points. So when I look at the different storm systems between now and 216, the main one is going to be 213 to 215, really hitting the Intermountain West 214, 215. It's colder, it's a larger storm, better track. It actually drops down and becomes an Albuquerque low and throws heavy snow into southern Colorado and northern New Mexico. So we'll look at all that in my forecast coming up. And I really don't have much, unfortunately, for the Northeast. All right, let me show you what the current setup is. So this is visible satellite this afternoon. Couple of things to mention. Low right here. This is a little low, and it's going to drop straight south through the Sierra and then drop down and become a southern track low. This is the main storm right here. 213, 214, 215. It'll make its way into the Pacific Northwest, and then it's going to drop south like this and affect all of the Intermountain West with snow, and then it hits like the Albuquerque area. That's where it's going to set up. And then there's another low behind it. That will move into the west, Intermountain West, on or after 218. So that one's way down the road. But that's what's happening right now. My blog this morning, christomer.com, next storm system, talking about this 213 to 215 storm system. And then the second one is also mentioned there. There's the setup. Take a look at that. There's the forecast pattern. Impressive jet display. Let me just show you this full. 218. So after our 214, 215 storm, we'll get a little bit of a break, and then here comes the next low. It digs pretty far to the south, as you can see, through California. Powerful jet. So there's some interaction with the southern branch of the jet, the subtropical, and also the polar, the northern branch. Both of them really supporting this storm system. 218, 219, somewhere right in there for the Intermountain West. So that's something to keep our eyes on down the road. All right, back here, I want to talk a little bit about timing. I'll take this full. So this is the forecast radar and satellite. Saturday morning at 6, there's that low off the west coast, Sierra. It drops all the way down and becomes a southern track low. You can see the moisture coming up from the south. Here comes the main low, 214, 215, and that's hitting Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico. Colder airs moving in, and there is going to be some pretty good totals with this. So back to the blog. I also talked about snow timing with Wolf Creek here in Taos. So you've got a little bit of snow beforehand with that first little low that goes southern track. Then the main low comes in over Wolf Creek. You're looking at 1 to 2 feet, probably 2 feet with that second low, and at least a foot out of that second low for Taos. So we've got some pretty good totals on the board. Those are my numbers right here. Let me just take these full. So this is 210 through 212. Notice most of the action's west coast, Pacific Northwest. There's really not that much there. It's the second period that's most interesting. So this accounts for the 213, 214, 215 storm and actually begins to look at the 218, 219 storm. So there's a lot here. But some pretty big totals. Pacific Northwest, couple of feet. Actually upped my numbers for the Wasatch a bit, anywhere from 8 to 12. And pretty solid numbers for southern Utah, Arizona, northern New Mexico, Taos, Angel Fire. You're looking at 1 to 2 feet for a lot of those places. In Colorado, more snow south of I-70 because both of those lows are southern track, especially the larger second storm. And that's going to deliver 1 to 2 feet, maybe even more, over Wolf Creek with a total during that 9-day period, or this 6-day period here, of like 2 to 3 feet. So that's a lot, 213 to 219. Here's a specialty map for southern Colorado. This is that 9-day period. This is 210 through 219, so that's why the totals are so big. But it accounts for that larger storm system, 213, 214, 215. And you can see the numbers, anywhere from 1 to even 3 feet. 3 feet over Wolf Creek, and a solid 2 feet through Red Mountain, and Coal Bank and Purgatory. And Telluride's are looking good. Even snow all the way down to the valleys, the valley floors of Durango, you're going to get a foot down there. So take note of that, and in Bayfield. All right, let's go up to the northeast here. Again, not a lot in my forecast. There's going to be some mixing going on, and just no big storm systems here for the Northeast through 219. All right, guys, there you go. Always appreciate you tuning in here. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk with you later.